he tried to kill me over Grandma Sniff. I reversed the car. The fucking cunt is hanging onto the car like it's a Hollywood movie. And this girl just spat in my face and called me Albanian immigrant cunt. May I knocked a spark out. I'm probably the only man from Azerbaijan that has ever served in the British Army.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Bluetick Show, the world's fastest growing show. Opposite me today, I've got a guest who has his neck sliced open. You heard it right, neck sliced open before he even joined the army. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Introduce yourself. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Aydan, and I have a very unique story to tell. I believe it's required to be heard. So,
talk to us. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I was born in Azerbaijan in 1986. And in 2000, I came to UK. So up until that point, I was in Azerbaijan speaking Turkish, Russian, growing up in a different school and doing everything like that. So it's very different to UK. Yeah. So I had a massive dramatic change when I got to UK. And that needs to be understood from this perspective where I am now. It's incredible. It's mind-blowing. Because my grandfather, he was born 113 years ago in Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire. It's mental because he survived World War One, World War Two. It's Stalin, the purge. He was a medical officer in the army, so that's one of the reasons that he didn't get purged by the Stalin Soviet Union purge. They took about 30,000 people from our our country, like the Azerbaijan. They took about during World War Two, and that's very unique to understand that for the viewers. I'll exist for a variety of reasons, as in, I'm the last child of the last child of the last child of 13 children who was born in Ottoman Empire in 1910. So there's a significance in my existence in that regard. But then you want to fast forward that I got to England. So now you know a little backstory where I come from is incredible.
And what was your upbringing like? What was it like living in Azerbaijan?
I know no better. My mum and dad are still married. They've been together for like 45 years. I've got an older sister. Everything was fine. Sorry about that.
That's right.
It's my grandparents, so the uniqueness of their existence blows my mind. They survived the evil. We actively participated in eliminating evil. If it weren't for my people in my country, things would have been different because we provided 50% of world oil towards the effort to eliminate the Nazis. We're the first oil producing country in the world. People don't know shit about us. That's because I don't expect him to anyway. I know it because it's my history. I'm supposed to know it because I'm supposed to know where the fuck I come from.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, if I don't know where I'm from, then what's the point of me knowing where I'm going?
Yeah, 100%.
And so I come from a very humble background. Then I came to England. And
was there a reason you come to England?
Just migrated.
Oh, okay.
Just like we're not refugees. We're not in.
Yeah.
We're not disproportionately behind anyone for any significant reason. We've got our own problems, whatnot. But people just migrate.
Yeah.
And then I just migrated. Right, just like a Turkish population now living in Germany since World War One. There's like 4 or 5 million.
You just come to the UK.
Yeah,
no
just
reason
came
behind
to UK.
it.
There was nothing significant. I didn't know no better because I'm still young.
Yeah.
In my household, I do what my mum and dad says.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't talk back to my mum. Are you crazy? Then I came to England. I know no language, nothing. Nobody. Yeah, and I'm by myself.
How old was you?
I was 13, so I turned 14 a couple months later. And I went to this school, Kidbrook School, yeah? And this girl just spat in my face and called me Albanian immigrant cunt. May I knocked a spark out. Yeah, and then her cousin ran out and they all rushed me and beat me up. I got excluded from school. And then I just didn't tell my mum why. I just told her I just beat them up. Because I didn't want to burden my parents. Because it's too much for them. There were pre-existing conditions in this society. They didn't know this.
Yeah.
They didn't bring me to get spat at. Anyway, so I overcome the evilness of school children. Yeah, everyone. I had African people call me Bushman. You know what I mean? I didn't know what the fuck that was until I grew up, and I'm like, mate, you're taking the piss out of me now. Do you know what I mean? And I had experienced variety of racism. So I'm a full-on Muslim man from a Muslim background. My great-grandfather was an Islamic scholar in Ottoman Empire, and I have no remorse for this.
Wow.
This is in my fucking blood, and I have no reason to explain to people why am I who I am. Like, why do I need to explain to my religious fucking beliefs? Yeah. If you don't know where I'm from, that's not my problem. The questions, are you a Muslim, pisses fucking me off because I know what they're getting at. Because of my blonde hair and blue eyes and the way my mannerisms are, perhaps, they don't know the true background of my existence. And I don't need to explain that to people because I have never had to explain myself to Turkish people. In this country, Turks have never questioned me. People from Iraq have never questioned me. People from Armenia, people from Georgia, people from Iran, they have never questioned my existence because they know who I am. Even few Arabs that I've met on my travels. When I went to, I've been to Iraq, I've been to Afghanistan, I have seen people over there, and even they've never questioned my existence because they know that it was easy for them to acknowledge that.
Straight
in
away.
This country, it was terrible for me. So anyway, I overcome the school challenges. And then I didn't finish school. I taught myself how to read and write because I think that was imperative. Plus, I had academic skills before. My dad's a geologist. My mom's got a literature degree in Baku. We had a university. We're the first Muslim country in the world to give women equal social and political rights in 1918. That's the reason why my mom was not a slave. There's a one. Trust me, I know this. We're next door to fucking Iran. Girls getting killed over there. Not my sister.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you scroll down. We're now live on Spotify, so you can watch us while you're driving, listen to us while you're in the gym. Pretty much just listen to us anywhere. And make sure you give us a 5-star review on Spotify. Thank you.
Moving forward, I got to know some boys in Abbey Wood, and they were all English, right? And they were nice to me. They knew I was an immigrant. They might throw a little banter towards me. It wasn't hostile, intended racial abuse. Yeah.
It was friendly banter.
You know what I mean? I was friends with them. I would do things with them. They invite me to their houses. I know their moms. They're really good people.
Do you still speak to any of them now?
Yeah, I still know the fact, mate. I go to their weddings and I will go to their funerals. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm 37 now. We are getting older. It's inevitable. My dad is 70.
Oh, wow.
My grandfather died when he was 96. 113 years ago he was born. I know him. I had him in my life for 14 years. He taught me fundamental elements of Islam. I don't even need to teach anyone outside of my household about them. My children would know. My Quran is in my fucking house. It ain't no fucking school in England. That's for sure. I know that. Anyway, moving forward, I met these boys and they were friendly, but they come from troubled backgrounds, but they were not evil kids.
Yeah.
We don't have no nice around. We would not just attack random people and beat them up and that. We would just sit in the park and we were shot. Yeah, and I'd start. One of them asked me, "Do you want to work my phone?" I was like, "Yeah, why not?" Yeah, they didn't bully me to do that. Yeah, and then I used to go to college, Monday to Friday, and Saturday and Sunday from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock in the evening. I would sell crack and heroin for £150 a day, £300 a week. Wow. Yeah, on my own, Monday for the weekend work, 2-3 times a month because they wanted to go out or whatnot. So they still wanted to save money for themselves. Yeah. This is like a business. This is like I've got an employee, but maybe I'll give them 2 days off. So blah blah blah. They weren't bullies. They didn't abuse me.
You.
Nah, man. I did it myself, and they were good people. They were just this was what the economy dictated in my environment that I was part of, and I needed to participate, and I participated in it. I wasn't forced to participate in it, but this were just the people I was around, and they weren't terrible. I'm consciously aware I'm academically advanced than most of them. I didn't want to tell them that. Yeah. Now I am now. I know a lot. Like my Instagram feed, I've made it's books I've read about 4 or 5 years ago. I just put them up recently just to say, look at the evidence of humanity. Mm-hmm. You know, this is what I am. Anyway, and then fast forward, nothing bad really happened. It was fine. I was integrated. I could speak English. I would read books. And that was fine. They called me Turk. Yeah. They fucking called me Turk. They knew what my name was, yeah, but they fucking struggled to pronounce my real name, yeah. So they just gave me a nickname because English love a nickname, mate.
Yeah.
I had a nickname in the army, yeah, because they couldn't pronounce my second name. Because in the army, it's all by second names. Private Malatov, Private this, Private that, or Corporal this, Corporal that. Do you know what I mean? It's second name. It's not first name terms and formalities.
Yeah.
It's second name terms, name, rank, number. Name, rank, number. You know what I mean? So it was mental. Anyway, so we moved forward. I got about 20. And then one day I was doing some white phone, right, just packets, and if no one knows what that is, it's just cocaine. But there you go. Anyway, so I was doing that, and then one day I remember this was a Thursday. It was end of March. It's ironic, yeah. It could be 10 years ago. Yeah,
it's the end of March now.
Yeah, this is destiny in its own unique way. But I know about stars anyway, so I'm a very believable person. Anyway, so. It was a Thursday, yeah?
No, today's a Thursday. Fuck
Don't
yeah.
get it twisted. It's weird. I'm not over-exaggerating. This is not a fictional story because people don't know me, but there are a lot of viewers that are going to know me. They know that my legitimacy is I'm a legitimate person.
Yeah.
Okay? So I turned up. It was in a Plumstead corner where the karate place is. Yeah, the viewers who know anywhere where I'm from, they would know where a karate place is, top of the Plumstead Common. So I pulled up at the back of this garages, yeah? Because before that, about 20 minutes before that, I was in the pub with the mates. I don't drink anyway. They knew that. They always teased me about it. Every time they hear fucking pork sandwich, they're like, oh, you missing out here, Turk? I'm like, fuck off, Dave. Anyway, they seriously, fuck off. It just teases, but they're fucking jokes. Anyway, I'm like, so I'm sitting there, I got a phone call, and I had 2 packets left. And that was for the 2 packets. And I'm like, I'm going to go after this, I said to them. I'm going to go see this cat and I'm going home. Anyway, and I met that man in the morning. And I met him twice before that, so it felt safe. And I let my guard down because that phone was kicking. I was an employee of the year, mate. When I'm telling you this right now, it's no exaggeration. I was on time everywhere. I knew the map inside out. My memory is unique because I remember a lot of things, and it's improved over the years through reading and military exercises. So this is before I joined the army. This is before I become a man. This is when I was a fucking waste man, insignificant little man with no purpose and meaning in life. I had no direction.
What's going on, guys? This video is being brought to you by Maurice Andrew Solicitors. As you're all aware, we've done a season 2 all about crime. If you watch that all and you're in any situation like that and need help getting out of the situation, reach out to Maurice Andrew Solicitors and see if there's something they can help you with.
Remember, there's a defense for every offense.
I know that now because it's me. I'm not gonna lie to myself.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm too real. I'm my worst judger. Like, I kill myself sometimes. It's not good, but when I was in the army, it fucking helped me. Otherwise, I would have failed. But I couldn't. So I pulled up in this Plumstead corner, the back of the garage. It's odd. Now I'm thinking about it, it's odd. But at that time, it said, just meet me around the side of the garages. Don't pull up outside my house. All right, it's fine. I pulled up, and I'm a very robotic person. So I pulled up. I was driving, so my seatbelt was on. I pulled up. I looked at him, saw him. I pulled up, put my handbrake on. I done my window. Yes, mate. Sliced. I'm like, fuck, fuck. I'm fucking, literally.
What the fuck? What, just random?
Just, the first thing he did. It sliced my throat. I had the seatbelt on. I was stuck. Handbrake up. I was fucking gone, mate. I was fucking... I literally, right, I have a scar on my hand, yeah, when I was stopping him, stabbing me in my heart while I had the knife in my hand when I literally hadn't lost my thumb. I grabbed the knife. It was a serrated knife that you cut crusty bread with. It wasn't a slicing, it caught up. There was a lot of flesh caught up there. It was, I don't know how I got my thumb, but like I said, in my culture, blue eyes is a sign of good luck. Like, it's imperative. We love this stuff. And I'm the only person in my family that have blue eyes, apart from one of my grandmothers. Like, all the generations, everyone in the family has skipped everything.
Sorry to interrupt, but how in the world have you survived?
I don't know.
I can see the scar.
No, you don't understand this, you know. He could have finished me. He didn't. He didn't finish me. I reversed the car. The fucking It's hanging onto the car like it's a fucking Hollywood movie. It's hanging onto the car. Why? You just fucking tried to kill me. And there was a little brick thing. Like when you drive into the garages, there was a little brick.
Like a wall.
Yeah, like a wall. And I hit that. The car bounced back and smashed it. And he just walked off. Like, he just walked off, bruv. And if he can't carried on, I would have been I had to get. I got out of the car. I was getting and then adrenaline kicked in, bruv. The first thing I did, I dumped the work into the drains. I put the drugs in. I hid the evidence, right? And this is the funny part, and I think it's very funny because I found it incredibly funny. So so the guy just walked away, which is done me a lot.
He didn't
of
run.
favors.
He didn't just.
He just walked off. Yeah, the man got arrested afterwards, right? Not because I pressed charges, because it was attempted fucking murder. And I passed out in a fucking hospital, and they had no means to understanding why this man has been in this position. I had to be operated on and everything. Do you know what I mean? The hospital story was amazing with a Jamaican man, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So he walked off, and blood started
everywhere.
I saw bones, flesh. I'm a curious scientific person, and my fucking weird, awkward, unique mind just goes. I start observing my injuries visually. I needed to take it in, and I saw bones, arteries. The first time I really saw inside of me, and it was deep, but it's weird. Anyway, and then I start to scream. Like, I had to get people out of the houses, mate. Yeah, this is like a little side road of houses. Yeah, and and at the bottom of there's a garages, and about 200 meters down the road, and there's a big tower block. Yeah. So, and then I start screaming, and all I heard from the top of that tower block is, "Oi, mate, I've called an ambulance." Mate, there's some random geezer from far away must have saw everything, yeah? Because he must have been on the fucking balcony smoking, whatever he must have been doing, and they just observed the car from the movement of your eyes. Just randomly, oh, there's a car. Oh, whoa, what's happened there? And they're just like, mate, I've called the ambulance, yeah? The ambulance turned up, but before the ambulance turned up, it took them about 5 minutes. I still didn't bleed out, by the way, right? I didn't bleed out. Right, I don't know how I didn't bleed out, but I fucking didn't bleed out, right? Yeah, some girls ask me if that's a love bite. No, sweetheart, someone tried to fucking kill me. But anyway, moving forward, the first thing that some lady came out of the house, she went, "Are you all right? Or did you have a crash?" I went, "Lady, can you use the phone, please?" I had to be polite and calm because I didn't want to scare this woman because it must have been traumatic for her, but subconsciously, this is how I operate in my head.
And you're covered in blood now.
Yeah, I'm covered in blood everywhere. The inside of the car is changed color. It was losing blood fast, yeah? So first thing I did, I knew the numbers of the boys in the pub straight away. Come to Plumstead Corner now, hurry up. Boom. What's happened? They got there, yeah? Yes, listen, so these boys, yeah, right? So bear in mind, I am sober, yeah? So they're drunk, some of them are on packets and that, yeah? So they turned up, they're like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Calm the fuck down. Look, they done me in. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go. Who? Why blast?" Kieran's not... I had to give him the rundown of an individual, right? Just so they know who he is, okay? It was a requirement, right? So it was immediately. So I told her, I stashed the work up, take my phone, this is what happened. And that's when they stopped calling me Turk, and they called me Soldier Boy. This is before I joined the army. They like, listen, that's the first time he said it to me. It was Rob. He said it to me. "You're a fucking soldier, you are, mate." Yeah, because they just like me, and I like them. So this is the English people who've become friends with me, right? Yeah, and they know who I am. So anyway, that happened, right? And ambulance comes, and I go into the ambulance, yeah, and I told them, "What happened? I said, "There's a man outside with a knife trying to kill me." They went, pew! They were gone, mate. They slammed the doors, mate. The minute I told them that they thought it was a car accident. It was reported as a car accident. I went, "No, because at that point I become very fragile and pale, yeah, and I knew if he comes back, because, mate, first of all, right, yeah, he tried to fucking kill me.
It's not a joke. You got the scars to prove it. Like, it's not.
Oh, well, fucking Grandma Sniff.
Yes,
He was twice of my age. He probably was older than I am right now. That's the point. Or maybe in the same age category. I don't know, because you know some of these English blokes, they're like fucking 25, look 45, mate. You know what I mean? Just I'm sorry, but some people just age very terribly in some social demographics, and some people perfectly due to the diet over centuries. It's all to do with our ancestors' diet. Increases our chances of longevity. Not honestly. Anyway, moving forward, I got to hospital. I passed out. I woke up. They said you got 5 days. We're gonna operate on you in 2 days. Yeah. I stayed in the hospital for 5 days. They operated me in 2 days. And during that 2-day period, there was this Caribbean man in front of me. Yeah. At this point, in my whole entire time in United Kingdom, right, from other demographics, right, I have received nothing but hate.
Yeah.
Like the only people that love me is my parents. You know what I mean? And the people that know me. Like if you don't know me, I've been racially abused by Pakistanis because I didn't want to tell them that I'm a Muslim. I trapped him. It happened to me. I've experienced very bad interactions with a lot of demographics because I got blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm from Azerbaijan. Unlucky, mate. Yes, I'm a Muslim. Yes, mate. My story's too fucking beyond your belief. Why are you stereotyping me? Like, why have you questioned my religious beliefs because of my skin color? Yeah. Black people racially abuse me. Everyone. It's just happened. It's just the pre-existing conditions of United Kingdom. This is not what happening in my country to me. Do you know what I'm saying? This is not the experience I've received from my entire family. So I'm consciously aware, yeah, this is not a general theme because I'm blessed, yeah, that the people that are supposed to love me actually love me.
That's the main thing.
So we're moving forward.
Yeah.
And this Caribbean, up until this point, I never really had any positive interactions with any other minorities because I grew up, I went to school near where Stephen Lawrence got killed, right? Rest in peace, right? So I'm not even from this country. I'm not supposed to know who Stephen Lawrence is. Do you understand? It's because I'm academically advanced. I'm gonna have a mindset where I have to acquire the full entire knowledge of the society I'm part of because I need to know what I'm fucking doing here. You know, what are these people? Why are you doing this? Anyway, moving forward, this Jamaican man, it was full on Caribbean, he was in the 40s, he was blind, he went blind randomly, yeah? So, and I told him my story, he told me his, this is us in the hospital opposite each other, and because he couldn't see, but I couldn't roll, so he rolled, because he didn't need to see to roll, right? So he rolled, yeah, but my eyes guided us outside to smoke a joint, yeah? I'm on like, what's the drugs that you get in hospital? I forgot. Methadone. I don't know. Not methadone. Whatever. They put me on. I forgot the word for it. But I wasn't drugged up through hospital treatments and waiting for going to surgery. At this time they're just waiting to surgically operate on me because it was severe. They operated on me again. They need to do it again. So I'm there, starting to talking, smoking joint with some Jamaican man. I'm from Azerbaijan, mate. Like, I'm not, like, the only reason I'm there is because the Wright brothers invented airplanes. My grandfather was born before there was commercial air flying. Do you know what I mean? So I met this guy, this man from Caribbean. I needed to know who Jamaican people are. So I read like 4 or 5 books. That's it. I'm good. I'm fine. Like, I don't need to go out there and tell people, oh, no, this and that. I just know, because when I'm going to have children and I'm going to get married, their dad has stories. I have books in my room. Like, I have books in my house. Right now, I buy books and I read them and I place them on shelves or I read them on my Kindle because that's the knowledge I'm looking to pass on to my children. Do you know what I'm saying? This is imperative for me, right? Because I have come very far from random scenarios of life. I haven't got to the army yet, yeah? So that was my very positive interaction with a man from Jamaica. Because of that interaction, I got to understand the Jamaican culture, its being, its mindset, its existence, and I don't know anything, and I'm not a professional. I'm not a subject matter expert. But moving forward, it was very nice. And it was the second time. Then, I was lying in hospital, and I evaluated my whole entire life. And then, I need to understand where this come from. Because I'm not a violent person. I don't have unnecessary violence inside of me. I've never done anything. I can defend myself, and if it's necessary, I'll fucking cut you open. But that's not the point. I'm not like that. I'm not known for violence. And something like that happened to me, that's a sign. I fucking did something. Fucking rectify it. Yeah? So I decided to join the army. So I even had friends around my social circle. They didn't give me a single fucking chance. Right? They genuinely I don't know whether they were jealous because I was so ambitious, because I don't know what it was. There was a variety of things. And I joined the British Army, infantry. And guess what? I've never known what Northerners are like until I joined it. And I went straight to Catterick. I met all the Geordies. I've just this is new to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just at that point, by the time I joined the British Army, right, I've only been in the country for
8 years.
9 years. I've been in the country for 9 years. I had to learn the language. Nobody taught me ABCs. My entire existence was at elementary level when it comes to the language. I needed to learn how to pronounce the nouns and things like that. You know, it was difficult.
Yeah.
But I'm not glorifying myself here for that. It's just the challenges I faced that I have overcome. I'm not here to be bitter.
Yeah.
I have nothing to be bitter about. This is my life, and this is the challenges. And I'm fucking glad that I overcome them, because you wanted me to be down. You tried to kill me. You know, so I've joined the army.
So just to throw it back, what happened to the man that did try and kill you? Did he get
so
arrested?
the police attended. Police returned to the hospital and said they can't press no charges because the man said that he was there to buy cocaine off me. I went, congratulations, police, because clearly you haven't found any drugs. So, but he's tried to attempt to murder me, but you're still failing to act on it. So I hope, well, I don't hope, but he most certainly will try to do that again to somebody else, and they're not just as hard as me. They don't have what I have. It's just they don't, yeah? They just don't have it, what I have. So, and then they will die. That's it. 9 times out of 10, you will fucking die. You don't do what I do, you die. Yeah? Right, if I'm doing this to you, if I'm telling you, right, if I'm pulling up on someone and I can get them to slice their throat, mate, you're dying. And that's me now after army training. Do you know what I'm saying? This is me, like, nearly 40 years old, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
It was my age, so I got lucky in a variety of ways. Or maybe he wasn't very good at slicing people's throats. Maybe that was the case. That's on him. Like, I don't need to go out there to take my revenge, because that was the worst thing I could ever do.
Yeah.
That was it. I was offered guns. That Jamaican man said to me, he write down an address, a restaurant in New Cross. Yeah? He said, come there, give him my name, they'll know you're coming. I'm like, mate, I appreciate this. Yeah? I said to him, yeah? It was weird. The energy was so weird. Like, he didn't need to do that. Yeah? Who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
You know, who the fuck am I? And he told me that he is somebody in his fucking community. And I thought, who am I?
Yeah,
You
he
know?
don't know you. He don't need to help you.
Because I guess he realized that like, some people know, yeah, that I have great intentions. I have very good intentions. My soul is not dark, or my soul is pure. Like, I'm very like that, you know. I help people. I was raised to protect weak and vulnerable, and I have done to some extent. Like, that's the way my upbringing is. Yeah, so he must have felt that, and he must have appreciated that. That's maybe, and he wanted to help me.
So that man never got arrested?
No, he didn't get arrested for that. Yeah, he just got away with it. I don't know what happened to him, because I have no reason to even dig into the. I just don't live in the past. There've been times in my life, yeah, that I have lived in the past, yeah, and it didn't do me any good. I went through depression periods. I'm just a man, man. I'm just by myself. Like, I'm just a normal, like, 8 billion people in the world, mate. Look where I come from. Do you know what I mean? So I had to have my own challenges to overcome, and sometimes they were much more difficult to overcome than the others. That was it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not bitter about it. I get a grip. Get a fucking grip and get it fucking done. That's it. Stop bitching about it like a weak little male. Who don't, like, I can cry in my fucking room, but you don't need to see me fucking crying about my problems to you. Yeah, they're my fucking problems. Clearly, they got created somehow by me. How did the fuck happen? Well, guess what, Aydan, yeah? How about you don't answer the phone to a crack dealer or a fucking packet dealer client and turn up in the middle of fucking night to sell him a grammar sniff, and he try to kill you? How about that one, you fucking idiot? You know what I mean? This is how I was in hospital. Yeah, I had to come down to the end of it, and it was it. Yeah, that was it. I was gone. So then I've joined the army.
And what was the army like?
Oh, mate. Because it was like I had to prove myself again.
And being in the army ain't easy.
Man,
it's not easy at all.
Listen, I'm going to say this straight up, right, yeah? I know it was like special forces, right? I wasn't in Paris. I wasn't in the Marines. That's the next the best two infantry divisions there is. They're fucking red hot, right?
Yeah.
Listen, man, I had the honor to dig trenches in the middle of fucking Brecon at 3 o'clock in the morning, yeah, on my promotional courses with some random boys from England, yeah, and it's just us, you know, and I did it with them. I went to get mate, do you know where Falkland Islands is?
Yeah.
Mate, it's a fucking mission. What the fuck am I doing there? Why? British Army. Like, I'm probably the only man from Azerbaijan that has ever served in the British Army, period. Yeah? My grandfather was born, the world was not connected. We are, where we live right now in the world, right now, the only time in the human civilization that has ever been recorded in that we simultaneously connected. At the same time, 17 different people from 17 different countries can be on the screen. This is the only time we're alive in that. My grandfather wasn't, and I know my grandfather. Do you know what I mean? I know the life he's had. Yeah.
So he must have told you crazy stories.
Mate, listen, it's not about the stories. It's about the education. They hid the evil from me.
Your story is a story that many few will actually be able to deep and understand how deep your story really is, because you can see the emotion in it, how you are, how passionate you are about this story. It's you've lived a fucking fucked up life. And the only thing I can say which I respect about you most is you don't blame no one but yourself. Any choice that has happened.
Until I was 15, 16 years old, I was under full responsibility of my parents. See, in my country, right, we let you know that you've raised a fucking degenerate socially. Who the fuck is this? Who are they, mum and dad? Fucking get rid of them. Get the fuck out of here. You raised a scumbag. This is how we are in my country. I have witnessed it myself. I'm not the person. My dad loves my mum. Look how lucky I am. I could have been born to parents with fucking cousins. I would have been an inbred. What the fuck? It happens in my country. Yeah. It's not... Listen, in 2015, Azerbaijan implemented legislation pretty much bans marriage with cousins. Completely. We're the first Islamic land to give women equal social political rights. This is unique. I could have been born in Afghanistan. I could have been fucking children too, like they do over there. They fuck little children openly. It's like their custom to abuse children like boys, because it's illegal for a woman to dance in front of a man in sexual manner. So they get little boys to dress up. Why? I born in Azerbaijan, not Afghanistan. You know what I mean? It's a different world. I'm blown away the uniqueness of my existence, how I still exist, you know? And I have to narrow it down to what my grandparents did. I don't feel the pain of my ancestors. It's bullshit. They're the ones felt the pain, so I don't do it. You know, they're the ones faced the challenges that I haven't faced. Yeah, ain't no Stalin coming around sending me to Gulag.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? My mum's father, he was a state police officer. He was the one signing people off, getting 10 years in gulags, yeah? And my father's father, he was a military officer, yeah? And it was a medical officer. So when it comes to that, you understand, when you're a medical officer in a Soviet Union army division of Azerbaijan, because we were Soviet Union by then, we were totally controlled by Stalin and Soviet Union. It was disgusting. Yeah, it was disgusting. I know it all. I don't need to explain this to people. My grandparents wouldn't have told me this. I had to dig up because I have curious mind and I need to know who the fuck am I.
Yeah, no,
you know?
I hear that.
Yeah, and it's not you, Mikey. Your life is not mine.
Yeah.
So, and then I hope you all the prosperity in the world. But I'm telling you this right now, my children eating because I decide to eat.
Yeah,
I
no.
feed my children because my mom and dad fed me. There's no other ways about this, you know. And then in the army, I went into the army and it was very difficult to adjust because I know about nationalism. I'm that person, you know. I'm prideful of my people. I defend my land. I want to represent my country in a diplomatic or military level. I'll fucking do it. Yeah. And I've already reached out. I need to know, I want to work with my people for my people, and I want to represent Azerbaijan and nobody else. I represent Turkey, Azerbaijan. And I'm in England. I represent Dave and Sharon. They're my mates.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, don't force me to start to speak for you. I don't need your representation. You don't even like me just because I have blue eyes, you fucking idiot. Get away from me. This is the stigma I receive. Yeah, and it's conscious one. And I'm aware of it. It's like, sometimes it feels like I need to walk around with my flag above my head just to fucking stop asking me questions or trying to assume something about me. But it's not every day and it's not with everyone. Do you know what I mean? And it's by far, this is the least racist country I've ever been to in my whole entire life.
This country?
Yes.
Fuck
mate,
me.
listen, you don't know what it's like in Egypt, you don't know what it's like in Tanzania, Kenya, you don't know what it's like in Nigeria. I've been to Nigeria with the British Army training Nigerian troops to fight Boko Haram. Do you know what I mean? Nigerian army require military assistance from the British Army to eliminate terrorists in their country. Not mine.
Yeah.
Not mine, not Azerbaijan. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know where I come from. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not here to say. It's just facts of life. This is what I did. I had the opportunity to do extraordinary things that I perhaps would have never had to manage to do. If maybe getting stabbed and evaluating my life is generated this extraordinary, unique sequence of events that got me here now.
But everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, and I'm a true believer that. And I'm very, because, mate, I've seen my sister dying in dreams, yeah? That she died, the whole family driving towards me, she died. Mate, I woke up crying, I didn't know what to do, yeah? It was weird, yeah? I go to work, yeah? And I worked in Southwark then, at Southwark Council, and this guy there called Bernard Miles, yeah? He's a Nigerian kid. He grew up here, but he's got mum and dad Nigerian. He's a very good man. I like him, yeah? He just doesn't come across like a degenerate. Yeah, he just happens to be from Nigeria. Do you know what I'm saying, yeah? I'm just had to point out because it's very private. It's important for him. And he said to me, she's pregnant. Like, I told him the story of my sister dying in my dreams, and he went, she's pregnant. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Listen, how did you, like, all right, listen, I'm not even joking. I texted my sister saying, are you pregnant? She went, how did you know? She sat the fucking test out. No, I'm not even over-exaggerating. That's why I said his name in there, just because this might even go big. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not here to. It's just not fun. I'm not financially incentivized. I have a job and I have a life. Do you know what I mean? I go in places, and this is just the story that people need to know. So I believe in things like that, and I believe that I'm connected to my family intricately and through DNA, and it's very, it's energy-wise. If something happens to my family member, I believe that I will feel it, you know, and that's it. So I joined the army. I done training. Training was training. I was much mature than majority of my peers.
Was training hard?
To me, it wasn't. I was just unfit. I was a secret fatty.
Yeah.
I was a secret fatty. I just come from the streets. I was physically active. I did boxing. I did judo. I met the nationals. I got to nationals in Azerbaijan at 11, 12 years old. Yeah, so I got the nationals in judo. So I got good grappling skills, and do you know what I mean? I can hang around myself in octagon. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a professional athlete. I wasn't. But I was in the army. Yeah, when I joined the army, and then afterwards, by the end of it, I left. I was a fucking machine, and I was a beast. It's been 5 years now since I've been in the army, so a lot of things happened up until now. Because as you can see, my life has been roller coaster, and hardly been any stability until from the age of 23 to the age of 32. The most stable time I've had in my life. Because as you can see, I was born 14, England, stabbed, and then army, like. And listen, I come back from training, yeah? Gal was like, why you sound like a northerner? What are you talking about? You sound like a fucking northerner. Yum, mate. Shut up, gal. I adopted the dialect of the northerners. So, like, yeah, that's how quickly it was. 6 months training with northerners. Boom! Oh, you're lad. You're Raji. Look at me. Do you know what I mean? What is going on? And training was fine. Training was training. I was too mature, and I knew that it'll pass anyway. I got a trophy at the end because I was a secret fatty. I was very, unfit at the very early stages. At the end, I improved my fitness dramatically, and they've recognized that and awarded me with a trophy. It's not, to some people it's insignificant, but you need to understand. I joined the fucking army and I got a trophy in the basic training, and 12 months ago, I'm fucking dying in hospital. Do you know what I mean? And it's not even dramatic. Like, it's not. I'm not here to say that it's uniquely amazing and look at me. This is it's a unique story and unique sequence of events. And like I said, I wasn't in special forces, so I'm not here to give you war stories of shooting our fucking cars, mate. No, I'm not here for that. Even if I did have them, I wouldn't have come on live. It's different. So I've joined the army, I did the training, and I joined the unit, yeah? It was 2 RRF, yeah? They've disbanded now, but it's very important that the bloke's gonna know who this is, and they, and then first I did loads of boxing training, I done inter-company training, blah, blah, blah. We had loads of fun. And then we went to Kenya, yeah, and that's the realization of what I'm actually doing in life kicked right in, yeah, because there was this kid called James Wilkinson, yeah, and he was 20 years old, yeah. And bear in mind that I'm 24 now, and he got married, he had a daughter, yeah, his dad was in the army. These are proper English people, yeah, with historical context of existence, right? Proper, and I'm proud of that. For them, I'm proud, like I have that too. That's why I'm proud. Do you know what I'm saying? I know what they're saying here because I did it on the other end. Yeah, well, I didn't do it.
You can relate to him in that sense.
Yeah, I could relate to it in a lot of ways. So yeah, somebody was unloading a weapon. Yeah, and they unloaded the weapon in the wrong manner, and it was incorrect drill, and there was a cook-off, i.e. there was a round stuck in the chamber of a GPMG, and it fired off, and it shot him in the back of his head, and he was killed instantly in Kenya. This is 2 weeks on life training exercise, yeah? And I'm there.
This was the guy with the kid?
Yeah, mate, it was in my, it hit, listen, this is what I'm telling you, yeah? I've dodged that bullet. He was in my training class, yeah? It could have been anyone. There was 5 of us, finished that training class, yeah, the platoon.
Yeah.
It was for platoon 6, I think. It was 5 of us from there, went to 2 RF. We went to Germany. Bear in mind that that's not in England. I went to Germany, so now I'm in Germany, yeah, and then I'll go to Kenya, right, yeah, and then I hope you rest in peace. James Wilkes just got killed, and that hit me a little bit. I'm like, Mum, you know.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, I was a late developer in a lot of ways because my development was inflicted upon due to my migration. Do you understand me? Like, my development had to be restarted in certain ways because coming to England, and I didn't finish school. I have no school education. Do you know, I have academic qualifications and achievements in general from home and here, but this is, do you know what I'm saying here? And moving forward, so he died, and then we had to go and go for his funeral and that, and then we went back to uni, and then we moved forward, blah blah blah, and then we went to Cyprus, and I spent 5 years living in Cyprus with the British Army, traveling the world. I went to Egypt, I went to Palestine, I went to Israel, I went to Iraq, I went to Afghanistan, I've been to Syria. I've traveled on my own on holidays, and I've traveled with the army when I need to go to work. Do you know what I mean? And I've done, it was banging, you know. And the best thing about it, yeah, I didn't just sat around, and I had my own problems in the army. I'm a very prideful person, you see. It's like people like me or they don't. And if I feel you don't get to see the best of me, trust me, you're not gonna get to see the best of me. Do one. See you later.
Yeah.
I'm very arrogant, yeah, because I have life experience to prove. Like, I'm not arrogant to everyone all the time, yeah, but like I'm not. But when it comes to like things like that, like when I left the army, man, and like, you're a civilian, don't talk to me. Like, we don't give me orders like that. You don't talk to me like that. I had 5 jobs and I got sacked from 3 of them since I've left the army. Yeah, instability, but that's not the point. I'm still moving forward.
Yeah,
I've generated experience. Right now, where I work now, I've been there for 3 years. 2 years, sorry. It's the longest deployment I've been in since I left the army. You know what I mean? But I'm fine now. I've got my CV. I'm fine. I'm cool. But do you know what I mean? So, and the army, it was so good. But the best part of it is when I become the physical training instructor, and I would come at the back end of my career, it was incredible because I was implementing physical training exercises and circuits for 200, 300 men.
Fuck me.
Tires, casualty evacuations drills. It was crazy, and I was good at it, and I loved it. Yeah, and I got feedback because I got promoted in the army, yeah, and then I got demoted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so I had problems too in the army. Like, I'm not here to say that I was a super soldier. I wasn't. but people see good in me. Do you know what I mean? And then I've improved over the because 2RF was disbanded. You know, it was disbanded shortly after Lee Rigby got killed. It was in the process of being removed. So Lee Rigby got killed in Woolwich, and I grew up in Abbey Wood. You know, I used to go home on annual leave to see my parents, and I would walk to Woolwich, the same road. So, like, and it wasn't me that got run over, because I strongly believe I'm under the impression that if because I'm not English, you see, that it would have been different backlash for this if that was me whose head they tried to cut off. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm not coming from a incredibly powerful family or anything like that, but I come from a family household that have enough capabilities and resources to make some noise. You just killed our son. Why? Do you know what I mean? Why did Lee Rigby have to die? Do you know what I mean? And that hurt me. Like, his murder hurt me because it's so close to home.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not over. Like, how? Why? Why did he have to die? So it was just life, and then when that happened, the 2RF got disbanded, and I chose to remain in Cyprus. And that's when a different battalion came. I had to integrate myself now. So I've gone from a northern battalion. Majority of northerners, everybody knows me. They call me Mad Dog.
Yeah.
They couldn't pronounce my second name. Yeah, right. So it's Mad Dog. The reason they called it that is because when I first got into RF, I went straight into boxing, and this bloke called Keelan Walker, he couldn't pronounce my second name. So he said, I'm going to give you a nickname. I'm going to call you Mad Dog based on your boxing capabilities. I mean, cheers, mate. It stuck. It was like for 4 years. Everybody knew me in the battalion. Do you understand me? I wasn't a character. I was a character. Somebody liked me, somebody didn't. But everybody knew me. They saw I wasn't a weak one. So I'm not weak. Like, I didn't come into the army to be weak. You know what I mean? I despise being weak, man. I despise weakness. Weakness, what I mean is like, get it fucking done. Yeah? I can complain. Yeah? I do complain. But I'll get it done. Like, I'm not going to get it done and chin it off. Yeah? It's just being lazy. It's just being incompetent. And you're not part of the team. It's organization. When they come for you, you need to fucking rely on me. I need to rely on you because people fucking die. Do you know what I mean? So you need to get a fucking grip. And I'm into that. I'm into that. I had my own problems. But somehow, I've integrated into the armed forces of the United Kingdom, England. I didn't speak English till fucking 7 years before that, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's mind-blowing. They know who I am. They well aware of it. Do you know what I mean? They couldn't pronounce my name in the army.
So you're
all the
Mad
time.
Dog.
Yeah, they called me Mad Dog. Fucking great. Well done. Congratulations. So 2RF got disbanded, and the PWR came there, and they carried on calling me Mad Dog in 2PWR. But this is a southern regiment. Yeah? So now this is a different racial barriers that I had to overcome, because Northerners are friendly. Yeah, Northerners are like, oh, you're a fucking immigrant, but with a very nice way. They wouldn't even call me immigrant. It wasn't like that. I know, because I grew up around English, so I already was prepared, and I knew what kind of English I'm dealing with. They're not all the same. Do you know what I'm saying? There were plenty of Caribbean and African soldiers in the British Army that I know, and they were amazing people. Yeah, and they knew who the English are, and they knew that they're not English, and the English knew that they're not English.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was open, and everyone knew it was fine. There are no racial tensions in the armed forces. Everybody knows who they're from, and I'm the only one from Azerbaijan. I have no clique still. Do you know what I'm saying that? So I had very few friends. My whole entire time in the armed forces, if I go to work, I get a smash, or something happens, and I would read. I've read a lot of books in the army, because when any minute I had a Kindle, I just smashed it. I need to, because I knew I'm coming now. I can't
Reading is knowledge as well.
Yeah, and I read some deep stuff, like deep historical context, and I need to know this, because it's very important for me to know what people had before. Like, I survived infancy, I could have died. If I was born in 1886, my mum could have died at birth, or I could have died in infancy. Basic medical advancement did not exist in my part of the world, based just on our diet. Most of that stuff, our diet saved us from plague. You understand that? It's the Europeans got the plague, the worst of it. The immune system got destroyed. It started not far away from us, but we didn't die in that many. Do you know what I mean? Our diet was always superior because Europeans, yeah, right. It took them about 200 years, 300 years just to acclimatize to the African continent, mate. They would die. They take them about a week, and they would die because the immune system and the climate differences. But when they go to South America, it was the opposite. The South Americans would die. So it's weird. But we were okay. We come from Iraq and things like that. We all migrated from the same level place. Do you know what I mean? It's the context and the original context, the original history is like 1,500 years. Azerbaijan is called Land of Fire, yeah? The country existed before even they were called this Britannia.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just a scientific, historical facts of geography, I'd say. But, so I went to the army and then I become a physical training instructor. I hit the highest point of my physical capabilities was on fire. I was training 300 men. It was great. I loved it. But then I decided I needed to go. And at my highest, I felt I was at my highest. And I decided to leave, you know. And sometimes I regret it. Yeah, because I loved it. I enjoyed it. There were differences, but I had to integrate in a new battalion with new things. And there were Southerners, and Southerners are different to Northerners, you know. And you still need to prove yourself. So in the army, you need to prove yourself in the army. You can't just be a fucking fat mess, cutting about, doing fuck all. You'll be found out, you'll never be relied upon, and you're just not part of the working machine. You know what I mean? And I'm that guy. I'm very proud to have done that. I just done it. You know what I mean? And I came through with it. I had people in my social circle told me I wouldn't last a fucking minute. I done 10 fucking years, geezer. What's the matter, Dave? I can't hear you. All right, mate. Have a good day, bruv. Go and brush your teeth. Do you know what I mean? This is the kind of shit I had to deal with, just generally from life, you know. But it
so
is what happened.
You left the army.
Yeah.
That was 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the last 5 years of your life been like? What
It's been a roller coaster. So I've met this girl, and she was nice, and I thought about taking it further and that, but then things didn't work out, and it just triggered a sequence of events that I didn't anticipate, and now I'm like, my life is boring. Like when I left the army, there was a huge void. There was a massive void that you don't understand, like what kind of life I've had, and then suddenly, I'm not doing anything. I've got a few quid. Like I'm not. I've spent 10 years in the army, yeah, and I've managed to accumulate enough capital to purchase 2 properties in the United Kingdom. Do you understand that? My property's worth a few quid now, and I've had one of them. Listen, I had one of these properties for nearly 15-year mortgage now. In 10 years, I'm sweet. 47. Have a good fucking day, geezer. I'm not even remortgaging it. I'm not taking any equity out. It's been flowing. It's been grand. It's doubled. It's what it's worth now. And I've just put down 35 grand deposit. Do you know what I mean? It's fine. Like in regards to my achievements post this mental, you see, mate. You sliced my throat, I saved my life, I joined the army, James Wilkinson gets shot 600 meters away from me, yeah? Right? And then Lee Rigby gets killed like 2 minutes away from where I walk. Do you know what I mean? And there's another guy that got killed, his name is John Fernandez, he got run over by one of our people. Like, it was drink driving incident, and it was RIP, because he's a very good, these are good boys, man. Do you know what I mean? These are not just some degenerates. Do you understand that? Like, you should understand the people and functioning of life. If you like your country, you love your people, you love your nation, and you love your flag and your culture, this is what you're supposed to do, man. I just joined to see what happens. Because if I were to fail joining the British Armed Forces, they might have not let me in because they needed to make sure my injuries on my hands are sufficient enough that I can do press-ups. I had to have a 3 to 6 months physio to get full functioning in my hands. Like, I will struggle to do sometimes when I go weights and do weights, yeah, right, I have to wear gloves because when the metal touches my nerves, it triggers shocks through my arms, and it's dangerous.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm just like, fuck, and I have to wear gloves just to prevent metal on my skin, especially cold metal in the weights room. It fucking does my nut in. They don't know how to fucking put heating up in there. Air cons, I fucking hate it. When I was a physical training instructor in the British Armed Forces, I was at the peak of my physical conditions when I was 30 years old. I was a fucking beast, and I'm not gonna lie about it. Yeah, listen, I would do 8-mile run, no problem. 8 Mile. I've been to Machu Picchu. I've climbed 2 mountains over there. Been to Galapagos Islands. I've climbed Mount Kenya. You know, I've been to Tanzania. Like, what's going on? I was on fire. Yeah, and I know it. So that also helps me out with my longevity going forward in life. With those skills I've acquired in the armed forces are priceless. I have unique muscle memory. Listen, I have been. There's things triggered now. I have 2 jobs right now. Yeah, so I have 2 jobs, and I earn nearly 80 grand a year, right? From all my income on my own. No children, no kids, no wife. By myself, living my life, not having anyone in my fucking corner telling me what to fucking do. Go away. I'm a fully grown adult male. You think I don't know who the fuck I am? What the fuck? If I don't know who I am at 37, what kind of fucking father have I had? What the fuck? Like, my sister is older than me by 5 years. I remember, some guy really hurt me, right? He really hurt me because I put a brick in his head. He tried to fucking chat up my sister. He's like 18 years old. She's 15, I'm 10 years old. I'm like, fuck off. I'm consciously aware of things like this, and that's how I was. And now I'm here, and then life, it's life, innit?
So so you're 37 now?
Yeah, I'm 37 now. I've been in a relationship when I left the army with this girl, and I really, really liked her. But she said to me, during a fucking argument, like, if I ever get pregnant and we're not together, I'm gonna keep you and not tell you. I went, sweetheart, like, first of all, you don't fucking say shit like that to me because you don't even fucking know the kind of mindset I have. Clearly, you don't know me, yeah? Mm-hmm. And second of all, if you're pregnant, we're fucking married. Yeah, I know where to. I'm not interested who sticks their dick where. I'm not interested in human sexuality. Don't fucking tell me. I don't give a fuck how many people you slept with. I'm not interested in your relationship life. Yeah. Or, like, the people are very delusional in this country. Honestly, what I see right now, I just see stupidity, naivety. Literally, you are, a representation of your parenting. Your behavior are the representation of your parenting. Whether you like this or not, all children born uncivilized. Somebody has to civilize them. My mum and dad civilized me to only means how they knew to civilize a child in a society that they were part of, which was in England. And they were raised by people, survived war, real evil. Like, real. This is not fucking fiction. My grandparents raised my parents, and why should I be ashamed? And I need to know everything. You can't make me feel ashamed of Azerbaijan. It's impossible. I'll fucking humiliate you. We discovered oil in 9th century. Fucking half of the world were drawing fucking buffaloes, mate. What the fuck are you doing, mate? Yeah? It took us 900 years to realize what it does. Yeah? But we fucking got there. Let's make it clear, right? William the Conqueror got to England in 1066, yeah? It took England 900 years to win a fucking trophy. Exactly. And do you know how? Because a man from Azerbaijan, the linesman, gave the fucking goal. Serious. This is not a joke. It's a fact. Yeah? The only reason England has a star on their fucking jersey is because of Azerbaijan. How you doing, Dave? Cheers, mate. You're welcome, fella, mate. You got 1 star, happy days. But, you know. So
listen, 37, next 3 years up until 40, yeah? Mm-hmm. What's the plan? Tell me.
I would like to, it's the plan. It's the plan, but I don't know how it's going to come across. I could meet a girl tomorrow, fall in love, and I can feel that she loves me, because I'm all about that, and I'm married, stay with her for life, and raise children, and raise a family, and she will be loved. And that's fine. This is like, I'm going to treat a woman the way my dad treated my mum. And I can't not do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be impossible for me. Mate, when I leave home, when I was 15, 16, 17, 18, and all that, when my dad knew, especially before I got stabbed and after I got stabbed, right? This is how much my dad loves my mum, He would tell me, kiss your mum before you leave home.
Yeah.
Kiss your mum, because he knew how much my mum loves me, and he knew that would make her happy, because he knew how to make his wife happy. And it's not sexual, you fucking morons. You know what I mean? Marriage and relationship and wisdom and parenting, it ain't nothing to do with sex, you fucking idiots. Do you understand me? This is not a joke, it's reality. And unfortunately for some fucking people, they just don't have the parenting that I've had. So I'm not having children outside of marriage. It's a fact. Worst case worse, if I don't find nothing here, I'll fuck off home to a fucking village, throw my British passport about, use my grandfather's name, yeah? My great-grandfather's name. Here you go, they'll line that up, mate. But that's weird, that's sad, that's silly. That highlights my sexual predatory ways. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? This is not me. I'm not a sexual fucking predator. Do you know what I mean? I like to meet, I had 6 girlfriends in my whole life in this country. I know the names, I know the second names, I even know their birthdays. That's how much I paid attention to them. Now, 37, I know all their names and their birthdays. That's how much.
I definitely don't know my.
But this is just the way this is the way I am. That's how I can't.
No, you have got a. One thing I've noticed is your brain is so sharp. It is like, I know for a fact, I could tell you now. Walk back to where I picked you up from, and you do it like that. Like you would probably tell me which left I took, what right I took.
That's improved dramatically for the armed forces. Yeah, I haven't done just pathetic shit in the army. At the same time, I have accumulated knowledge, and I know how to generate a battle group and invade the country if I need to. I want to work for my country, and we need to increase our defense budget because people will come and try to take what we have. This country become a refugee fucking dump, yeah? And I don't want my country to be that because I know where I'm from, and let me make it clear to you, you're not fucking welcome. Unless I do a CRB check, you got a few quid in your pocket and you got education. Because I don't give a fuck what kind of refugee you are. I am not interested like England are for some reason. I'm not into that mindset. Do you know, I love my people, my country. For 1300 years, right? Yeah, Azerbaijan had Jews in their land. And for 1300 years, there's not a single evidence, oral or written, or historical fact that we have discriminated against the Jewish community. Do you understand that? There's a difference for us, man. Our women are not slaves for a reason. Yeah? We gave women equal rights in 1918, right?
Yeah.
Kemal Atatürk, the founding father of Turkey, right? Did it 6 years later. It took some certain concept elements of our democracy and implemented the Turkey, and Turkish women are not slaves. Yeah, opened up thousands of schools for boys and girls in the same school. We don't have Quran in our schools. They're at home. We don't carry Quran around like fucking idiots. Quran bashing to everyone like Sharia fucking police. Get the fuck out. Only in this country I've seen this shit. Yeah, my Quran's my home. Actually, I could humiliate people if I wanted to Islamically because I have come from greatness and I know it. Yeah, I come from great. It's my greatness. It's not yours. I don't give a fuck if your grandfather was Churchill.
Yeah.
Congratulations, but my grandfather was a doctor in the Soviet army and he didn't go to Gulag. Thank you very much. Yeah, but I'm happy. Yeah, Churchill was a great man. So is my grandfather. This is my life and my history. Do you know what I mean? And it exists. I exist now, randomly.
Nice. Your story is a story that I've never heard. There ain't anyone who can come on here and tell me they've had their neck sliced, they stopped themselves getting stabbed, and I think the viewers are going to understand how passionate you are about your story, and they're definitely going to want a part 2.
Part 2.
We've got to do a part 2 if that's what the viewers want.
Part 2. Oh, right. Okay, we'll see.
We'll see what the
yeah. Well, let the society decide, right?
Let what the viewers say.
You know,
and listen, I think your story is crazy, and I know it's only like 1% of your life. You've got so much more to tell me.
Things I did on holidays with people. Does anyone know what a woman from Galapagos Island tastes like?
No, listen. Chill out.
Listen, you know this island body. She was gorgeous.
We'll use that.
My mates were hating it because they didn't know I'm gonna get it. This is mom. I have a strong game, yeah, and I'm not ugly, man, and I don't value women through sexualization. Like I like a attractive girl who knows how to dress properly. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to see your ass and on the no.
Listen, that side of it, keep that for part 2. Listen. I've heard your story. I'm happy with it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Everyone's going to love that story. Is there anything else you want to say to the viewers?
No, I just want to give a quick shout out to Robert Wollstonecraft, Captain Brian, Colonel Skelton, Ratty, the both of yous, Bellis, everyone. Well done. Thank you. It was absolute honor, Andrew Hornbuckle, to know people like you. You are like very honorable man, and it was honor Like, you will always be in my books. I'm going to write a book, and I promise you your names will never die in my life. Well done.
Well, listen, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
And I look forward to seeing you again. Guys, if you did enjoy his story, his links are in the bio. Go hit up his social media, have a look, and see some of the books he's read, and you'll learn a lot more about him. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.